morning everyone. So today we're going to make chicken and sweet corn soup. So I've got some drumsticks here. So what I'm going to do is take some of the skin off. The reason why is because sometimes it can make the soup very oily. You can use recipes, you can use all different other stuff. The reason I like to use drumsticks is because I like to boil it in the bone to get the broth as well. Gives it more flavour. So we'll just take some of the skin off. We won't need all the drumsticks, just some of it. So we'll just take, there you go, just a little bit off, and we'll do another one. Probably put maybe 4 or 5 in there, so we'll see how we go. Alright. It doesn't matter if you leave a little bit on because you still need, you know, a certain amount of oil in your soups. I don't add it. It doesn't need to be added. Alright, so there's 2. There's another one. So you might get a bigger knife and see if that helps. Sometimes the skin can be very tough. Right, that's perfect. Grab another one. Try and peel it back as much as we can. There you go, perfect. So I'll probably just do 4 drumsticks because that looks like enough. If there's more people, you can add more. There's only 5 of us and it makes quite a lot. So with this, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some water. So what we want to do is we want to cover the pot. Sorry, not cover the pot, cover the chicken. So when it boils, it'll cook. So I'll show you that. And we'll get some hot water because I've already got that ready. Just so the chicken is under the water. So that's about maybe about 2 cups. That's about as much as one. It could be just a little bit over, but it doesn't matter because the time it boils the chicken, the drumsticks, you take them out. We can either add more water if we need it, but we'll come to that. I'm going to put this on the stove. It should take about 10 to 15 minutes. So we'll come back and we'll do the rest. Okay, we're back again. So I'll just get the pot off the stove. I've already cut some of them, so you're not watching me cut it all off the bone. So we'll get what we've got left. So I'll show you. So I left one in there. So you've got all the broth from all the bones and the chicken. So we're going to use that water. As you can see, it's pretty much nearly all gone. So we'll have to add some more water to the soup. So we'll just take this drumstick out and we'll show you how to get the chicken off it. And it probably took about maybe 20 minutes to boil and get the broth. Once you can, the way you can actually test it is actually just fork the chicken, and if blood comes out of it, it's still not quite there yet because you want it all to be cooked and all the flavour and everything to come out of the bone. That's what we're looking for. So we'll put this over here. Alright, the piece of chicken. So we just want to get all this meat off the bone. You have to use a fork because it's really hot. You should cool down pretty quick after cutting it, and then we can just give it a good old slicing and that. So you don't want it in big hunks. Alright, let's see if we can hold that. Yep, not too bad. So we'll just get off the little bits. Alright, that's plenty. So what we want to do is just get the chicken and just quickly slice it, just like that, every little bit. Make sure there's no bones or brittle bits in it, because you don't want that in the soup. So it's a little bit there, we'll get rid of that. Alright, I think that's a little bit of griddle, we'll get rid of that. So quick. A lot of people sometimes do it with the whole chickens. I just do it with drumsticks. Alright, that should be fine. Just put it over there. Okay, I'm just going to wash this. Alright, I've got 1 onion here, so we're going to dice up it just half, because we don't want it too much onion in it. So actually I might even cut that again, so just cut it again, and we'll just use this little bit because you don't want too much in it. So let's slice it all up to little squares, as tiny as we can. Put too much onion in, it can overtake, so we don't want to put too much. And at the end we sort of put some spring onions all on the top, so we don't want too much in there. Alright. Okay, the next step is the easiest step. So we're going to get the pot again with a little bit of water in it from the broth, all the broth from the chicken and everything like that we've made for it. So I'm going to get just a little scoop, and what we're going to do is we're going to scoop all the chicken in there and the onion. Try and get all of it. Alright, so we just want to mix that into the juice. Okay, I also have some creamy corn we're going to add. So we'll stick that in. Alright, we want to mix that around into all the juice and the chicken and the onion. Alright, that's looking good. And there we go, like that. Now we've got some stock cubes. I want to add some stock chicken cubes to it. Okay, we'll probably just put the one in it. We don't want too much in it because we've already got a lot of flavour from the bones already. That will give us the chicken. Just stick it in because it will deteriorate when we put it back on the stove to cook. Alright, so we've done that bit. Alright, what I'm going to do is we're going to add some more water because as you can see, it will be thick. So, what I'll show you, probably put 2 of these. Okay, that's how we will judge it. Because it's hard for me to sort of say because I sort of just chuck it all together. So it's pretty easy to make. There we go. That's perfect. So pretty much put your 4 drumsticks in, make sure it's covered, and I'd say that's probably about 2 cups, I'd say, of water, but then it all sort of disappears when it cooks, and it's probably like not half a cup, probably a cup left. That's why you look how thick it is. For me, it took 2 of those. So the time that all sort of cooks together, it will become thick. I might add a bit of corn flour, so I'll just grab a bit of that because we want it not so runny. We want it a little bit thick. So I've got some corn flour. So what we'll do, get a tablespoon. What I'll do is instead of adding more water, because we don't really want to add any more, we'll just put some in here, back in here. And I'll probably put 2 teaspoons. Big one, it's not too small, so it doesn't have to be level. So just put a couple in there. And we'll mix that around. So if you use what you got, it saves washing up too, quick and easy. There we go. Stir that in. So I'm going to pop this on the stove. It'll probably be 15 minutes. I'll time it and let you know once I take it off the stove, and we'll show you what we do once it's finished. So we get the chicken off the stove, the soup. Now I'm going to add some more stuff to this, because sometimes when you add water and you do everything, sometimes you need to add more. So that's why I always have 2 cans on hand, and I think I might add a bit more broth. Alright, so we'll open another can. I'll have to get that knife for that one, so it's stuck. There we go, get my nails under that. Oh, that looks beautiful. Just needed that extra can. Right, because I've added like more stuff to it, like an extra can of the creamy chicken, you'll have to add more broth to it. Some more chicken stock just to give it that extra flavour. But I'll show you so you can see what I mean. Oh, it's a bit hot actually, better not grab that. So if I can show you like that. Yep. So we've got this other cube in here. Just break it up in there. Perfect. Awesome. While I'm doing that, we might as well add the egg, because I like to also put egg in it. Just egg white. So what we'll do is we'll just crack it in there, just a quick crack. Doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. Stick it all in there. There we go. And mix that around. Only because it's hot, we don't want it to be coming out gluggy. We want a little bit of egg white all through the thing. So we're going to pop this back on just to give it that extra little bit of cook to get the stock cube and everything through it, and the extra creamy corn. So we'll pop this back on. Alright, while that's cooking, we'll clean this up and we'll get our spring onions ready. That's how quick it is and easy. So anyone who said they can't make chicken and sweet corn soup, you definitely can. If I can make it, you can make it. Alright, so I've already got some spring onions here. So I won't use this end because we don't actually need a lot of it. I've already washed it. It's more to go on top when you serve it, or you can stick it in and leave it in the pot. It will still stay on top. So we'll cut all this up. Just like that. I just grabbed 2, but you probably need more. But this is just to show you what it looks like. Done. I'll have a look at that, and we'll stir that again. I'll just get the spoon. Beautiful. So I'm going to let that sit a bit longer, and then we'll come back and we'll put it in the bowl and we'll see what it looks like. I just took the soup off the stove and put it in my little bowl, as you can see there. Beautiful. So what we do is to finish it off, there we go, chicken and sweet corn soup, if you can see that, perfect. If you need to add salt, you may add salt. With mine, there's so much flavour from all the broth and all the chicken stock cubes that you don't actually need to add salt, so it's better for you. Hope that helps you make chicken and sweet corn soup easy. Please follow me.